What's up there, guys? So welcome back to the Dig Detecting channel. Today we are revisiting a site that I've done here. Look, I've been visiting this site for a couple of years and I've done it a few times. However, we're going to give it another go today. We've also got a little bit of a job picking up a few nails after the roof was recently ripped off this shed here beside me. To the left, you can't see it at the moment, it's out of frame, but basically we're going to do a bit of pick up a few nails for the farmer. He keeps getting a flat tyre here, so we will do that at the same time, park here under the shade, and also try and unearth anything that we've missed in the past. So we've had some military items come out of here, some Rising Suns, Australia flash badges, and a few military Commonwealth buttons. We've also had quite a lot of coins, a few silvers, and look, even up further, 5 minutes up the road, also on this same landowner's property, we also had a heap of die-cast toy cars and even a sapphire and diamond ring. So always potential to find more here at these old sites. They're never ever completely done. Even when you think they are, there is something more here to find. So with all that said, we are going to get the detector out. We've got beautiful blue skies and green grass here. It should be pretty easy to dig. So, and this is all sheep country, so I normally do a lot of my detecting, dairy farming country, but today I've headed a little bit further from home, and here we are in sheep country. So anyway, we are going to get cracking and let's see what we can find. Righto, so we're looking for nails and other stuff at the same time. We're just doing this quick nail job that I said about first, just trying to pick up on any nails that may be here. Anyway, we've got this target here. It sounds like a $1 or a $2 coin to me. Oh, look at that. You can hear it on the Equinox. Those are my settings that you can hear, making those coins bounce so much. And hear that, it's just a beautiful tone. So as you can see there, I'll zoom in for you. Got a nice $1 coin just sitting in there, in the hole. Try and pull him out. There we are. And it's a commemorative coin, commemorative one. What do we got? 1986. There you go. So 1986 $1 coin, and as I said, we're at an old farm site today. So obviously it's been dropped just a bit recently. Okay, we've got another target right beside, there you go. So that $1 coin though, it's obviously just been dropped recently. Okay, nearly something in the very same hole, so he's dropped something right beside. It's a bit harder, don't have my camera mount on me at the moment, it's in the car. So let's try and dig him. Yep, so we've got a little 2 cent coin, so he's dropped $1 and 2 cents. $1 and 2 cents. Anyway, we'll just stand back up and see that that was everything. And we've got another 2 cent coin there somewhere. It's 27, 28. I'll zoom me back in. Yeah, so in the same hole. So he's had a little bit of a coin spill here. Where is he? Okay, so it's still down there. It'd be nice if it was a pre-decimal coin spill, that would be better. Okay, so this time we've got a 1 cent coin. So we've got a $1, a 2 cent, and a 1 cent. $1 and 3 cents. Look out, we've got more. Correction. $1, 2 2s, and a 1 cent coin. So we got $1.05. I'm rich. And that's it. Righto, so we're going to stand back up. We're going to see if there's just anything else here, and if there is, we'll come back and give you a look. If not, we'll move on to the next one. How cool is that sky? Listen to this one. So we've got 25, 26, it is jumping up to 29 and 30 there a bit. I'm pretty certain that's going to be a coin. So we'll give it a dig, see what we come out with, and we'll come back. Okay, so here we are. I don't know how well you can see that, but it is a coin. We've got a little silver. I've just hit the record button again as soon as I noticed it. So you see he's going to be a sixpence, judging by the size. And I'll just clean up the back. That's pretty cool. So we're half an hour into the day and we have our first sixpence. It's a coat of arms design. I'm still just cleaning it, sorry. And it's a 1942. Very, very nice. What I say yesterday, it's always a good day when you're out finding silver. And well, half an hour in, we've got our first one. Already having a good day, so looks like it's going to be even better. So, and all I've done, car's over there, all I've done is walked along this gravel track. I've come back again. Oh, wonky finger. And basically I'm just working my way back again now. And as you can see, I'm getting that little bit of shade from these new silo tanks. So that's a lot of grain. Anyway, we'll cover this one in. Obviously the farmers dropped that back in the 50s or 60s, what have you. Pre-decimalisation in Australia, we had the changeover on the 14th of February 1966. They did, however, give a couple of years for the changeover to take place. So some of these coins may have still been circulating and or being spent, look, for maybe 1 or 2 years afterwards, after decimalisation took place in 66. So long story short, that could have been dropped at any given time from 1942 onwards. So pretty cool though, pretty bloody cool. That's a bit of a taste of what we're going to get here for today. Then I would say the rest of the day is going to be just as good and just as fun. So we just got that coin back there, and look, to be honest, I've failed to find any nails with the detector so far. Found plenty of coins and a couple of bullet shells. However, as you can see, why do I need the pinpointer? I don't know why I turned that on. As you can see, that's our first nail. So, as I said to the owner, what I'll do, the best way to find these nails is once I've located one, such as this guy here. So this is basically what come off the shed when they had the storm. The roof got lifted off, and as the roof got lifted off and landed pretty much where I'm sitting now, all the nails, obviously, as you can imagine, dropped out also. So what we're going to do, going to give them a swing over, and okay, so it's a -2, -3 that's showing up for these nails, so the galvanised nails. So what we're going to do is we're going to concentrate on -2, -3, and look to pick up as many as we can for him. So see how we go. We'll do a nail count. Right, so we're getting the nails. We're on the hot spot of nails. I can see exactly what he's talking about. There is nails everywhere, and little galvanised washes to follow. So we're just going to sort of hum around here with the pinpointer for a second, and also utilise the detector. There's not. Use the detector for a second and try and dig as many as we can out for him, because he said he's already had a few flat tyres. Oh, look at that. It's not a nail at all. It's a 10-cent coin. There you go. We're getting paid for our efforts right now. 10 cents a nail. Not quite, but there's one there. It's only a washer. Oh no, it's whole nail and washer. So there you go. I don't mind doing this because he's been so good to me over the years coming out here. So to do something small like this for him is nothing. You know, it might be a month or two between when I come out here, and every time I come out here he's always like, "Oh, where are you going to go today, mate? You can go wherever you like." And look, he's got a lot of land. There's about I think it's about 6,000 or 7,000 acres here, with multiple different properties that he's bought up over the years, and so there's a lot of area for me to hunt. And you do the right thing, you can keep these permissions for years and years and years. You know, what's the point of burning your bridges? So, alright, I can see another one laying there on the surface. Where is he? Right there. We're going to have a good nail count today. That's alright. If I can save him a few tyres on his machinery and tractors and vehicles, that's quite alright with me. So anyway, we'll keep going and see how many more nails we can find. There's one, right there. Eagle Eye Jack. Okay, so we've done the nail roundup for this morning, picked up a few of those nails, and we are now going to stop and have a coffee. So I got the kettle on the go there. Call me a little bit precious, however, I love my coffee, and I especially love my coffee when I'm out detecting. And I actually missed out on my coffee this morning. I was running late to get out here, so we didn't worry too much about having one, and so I'll have one now. So long story short, stop talking about coffee. We had 24 nails, so I just did a quick count. We got 24 nails out for the half an hour spent. A few other items, look, that was just laying on the ground. A few other bits and pieces that we dug, a few bullet shells there. However, we did get lucky with a few coins. So I'll zoom in there. We had the 1986 $1 coin, the 50-cent coin, 10-cent coin, a couple of twos, a couple of ones, and the favourite for the day, the 1942 sixpence. I'll just pick him up there. Beautiful, beautiful. So that was well worth the efforts, and we're hopefully going to be able to try and find some more. So after lunch here, after coffee, we'll have a go over where the old cottage stood, and it actually just stood in between the two trees here. So we'll have a go over there after coffee. After lunch, you can see that the crop has been all burnt off. So what was a wheat crop in there, basically it gets harvested and then they burn off all the stubble and all the stalk. So you can see a lot of it's been burnt off, so it should help us to get in there and actually be able to swing. So looking forward to it. How pretty is that? Nice creek down there. Anyway, what I was going to do, just while I'm having my coffee, I was just going to speak to you about some of these permission sites and basically how it is that I get onto these old sites. So look, it's all about how upfront you are, how some of these places can be hard to approach sometimes. Some of the farmers, you know, you're worried about what the landowner may say or what answer you may get. However, in my opinion and in my experience, you have to keep in mind, even I struggle to approach some people sometimes. However, you have to keep in mind, basically, it's all about the way you approach them, the way you get out what your intentions are to them, and at the end of the day, you will only, the worst they can say is a no. So, if you've got to drive back down their driveway with a no as an answer, so be it. Move on to the next one, okay? But there's a lot of these sites, you'll be amazed that if you just go try, you never ever know. So you know, you'll drive down the driveway with a yes one day, and you'll think, by God, geez, I'm so glad I did that. Like, you know, that paid off, and that's exactly what it's all about. So don't be afraid to ask, don't be afraid to approach people. They're just people, just like me and you, and at the end of the day, they're probably more interested in what you're doing than what you may think. So look, this what I'm flicking through here is a bit of a portfolio that I put together some time ago, and it's basically just a heap of my finds displayed excuse me, and it's basically just showing off some of the things that I like to unearth, some of the things that I like to find. That was all in one day too. These are finds for a day picture. So I haven't just jammed a heap of finds in there, as many as I could, and took a picture. These are all actually found in a day. That was a very good site. I won't say where that was. It was an old oval, and look, that was a very good site. There's a few of you that have been following me for quite some time, and you'll know quite well about these old sites and the days that I spent there hunting. So I did really, really well. I mean, to get 4 florins in a day, you're doing bloody well. I think I got about 20 silvers that day. Did really, really, yeah. I think it was about, 60 or 70 BBs, 1 and 2 cent coins. Did a lot of digging that day, and I had a few days off afterwards because I was pretty sore. So anyway, good bit of a tip there. You know, maybe put together a portfolio, something like that, something simple, and you can go and share basically to the landowner and basically show off what you do, what you find, what your intentions are, and you know, gives, you know, a lot of these people, they think that you're coming just to dig rusty nails, and they sort of get a bit confused as to why you want on their land. However, once you show them, oh look, these things can come out of the ground, pennies, buckles, coins, pendants, brooches, what have you, they are more inclined to give you that permission, because they themselves are now interested. You have now sparked an interest within that landowner that they never had prior. So, you know, good understanding of the site, a good understanding of the history, and basically I normally go there, share a little bit of history and what I know of the site. Generally what I find is the landowner will then return and you know, return information to me and fill in pieces that are either missing or that I didn't even know existed. So, you know, arm yourself with a bit of history, a bit of info of the area that you want to hunt, and basically head out there with that in mind. Put together a portfolio, you know, do something simple like that, and basically with that info and with your portfolio, I have no doubt you are going to pick up on so many more permissions. So good tip there. I've been blabbing long enough about this. I'm going to finish my coffee because I'm on limited time today, and I keep looking over at these 2 gum trees here in the paddock there, and that's where I'll be next. So finish my coffee and we'll get out there. Okay, so we're finally in the paddock. We've finished our coffee. The house that I got told that was here sort of sat around these 2 trees, obviously for a bit of shade. There's no peppercorn tree there. However, across the road there is a couple of peppercorn trees there. They're a dead giveaway, the peppercorns. They were generally planted from, they're native to South America, North America, something like that. But they are generally planted here in Australia due to giving a bit of shade, and also they're a natural fly deterrent. The little peppercorns that they give off, they actually give off a little peppery smell, and the flies don't like it. So they're generally planted around the old houses and what have you. And anyway, long story short, I'm always drib-drabbing. We've just jumped in here and we've got a 1917 threepence. Beautiful. Second silver for the day. We haven't even managed to find a penny yet we've got 2 silvers. So 6pence and a threepence now. That's bloody beautiful. And this come up as a very, very, it was a high pitched tone, 26, 27. However, I nearly didn't dig it because it was very sketchy, very faint. And look, what I spoke about there the other day, trust your detector, it was giving a good 2-way signal. It was very faint, as I said, a bit sketchy, but it was giving a good enough 2-way signal where I felt it was necessary to dig. And look, I'm glad I did. I said in the video yesterday, sometimes it's rubbish, sometimes it's good stuff. That could have just as easily been a bit of rubbish. However, we got rewarded with a silver for our efforts, so well worth the dig there. See what else we can find. Okay, so we've got another target here. It's not this guy. I just picked him up. How cool. He's just bouncing around in the hole next to me. Whoa, he's trying to get away. Jump down there. Where'd he go? There he is. Donk, donk, donk. See you, buddy. Righto, I've got a target here. Concentrate on what I'm doing. What do we got? What do we got? We got Snail. That'll be 25 now. It's not galvanised though. It's a rusty one. Wouldn't have rust if it was galvanised. Anyway, see what else we can find. On to the next target now. We just had one just here, which would end up just being a little, look, it's like a little bottle cap or something. Not 100% sure. It didn't have thread inside, so it's got me, oh there it is there. It's got me a bit confused as to what it was. However, that signal there, just there, was giving us mixed signals, and I knew there was something else, another good target, either in the same hole or right beside it, because the 11-inch coil was sort of picking up on it. So, standing back up, just giving a clean up for you, and we'll sit him right, if I can sit in there, he keeps falling off. Sit him right there, and we're going to zoom in for you. So we got a 1913 Commonwealth 1 penny. Very nice indeed. So that will be our first penny for the day. As you've seen before, we've already got a couple of silvers, so that could very easily have just been rubbish, being that it was right beside each other. So, you know, a lot of times you presume, oh, well, it's just going to be rubbish too. However, just goes to show, you dig at all those nice targets, because rubbish, coin. This one's a funny one. I'm thinking it's going to be blanking out. Oh, get off me, fly. Blanking out on a big sheet of like tin or something, because I'll show you here. It's a pretty big target, whatever that is. It's ringing up so high, it's got me curious. Aha! Twas a big target. Twas. There we are, so an old pot lid. Just an old pot lid. That's what was ringing up so high, almost 39.40 on the Equinox. So throw that in the carry pouch. It's a little bit hard to fit in that one, so big. And we'll put that dirt back in the hole there, and we're good to go. On to the next. Righto, another target here. Not sure if you've ever seen one of these before. Well, you will have, but it wouldn't have looked like this coming out of the ground. However, there would have been a little wheel inside these two arms here, and this would have been on the bottom of a table, or look, even a piano maybe. I would more presume a table, and it would have been, as I said, the wheel would have been down here in between those two prongs, and it would have wheeled along like that. So a table on wheels, or a piano on wheels, I dare say a table. And you can see with a little, like this would have been the little leg that would have mounted up onto the table from here. So pretty cool. Actually, I'll show you, in the same hole is part of the wheel. So you can see the old wheel, wheelie. You can see the old wheel that used to sit, it's very hard one hand, you can see the old wheel that used to sit in there like that. So yeah, pretty cool. Some of these things you question, you look at, and you have no idea what they are. However, I have dug a few of these before, so as soon as it came out of the hole, I sort of had a bit of an understanding and a bit of an idea of what it may be and what it is. So that's what it is. Okay, we've got nice target here, 23, 24. It did jump down to 22 there a second ago. Beautiful target though. That to me says Commonwealth penny. A full penny and Commonwealth. They generally jump around 21, 22, 23, whereas your old Britannia pennies, they generally ring down lower, 19, 20, But this to me, excuse the messy hole, as I said before, we're just in a cow paddock, or sheep paddock I should say today. As long as I fill the holes in, it's not an issue. As I was saying though, this sounds to me like it will definitely be a com penny. Dug quite a few of them over the years. Quite a few. There we are, look at that. I'm going to zoom you in here, make it a bit easier. I'll give them a bit of a clean up. Oh, it's hard to see. Very, very hard to see. She's pretty well worn, this one. And George there, and do you know what? Where are we? Yeah, no, there you go. I was slightly wrong. Still a penny. However, it's a kangaroo penny. King George on the back there sort of threw me straight away, so I thought, yeah, that's a roo penny. Roo pennies generally ring up a bit higher than that, so I was a little bit out there. 29, 30, 31 is generally a roo penny. However, as I mentioned the other day in the video, it also depends on the orientation of the coin, the way it's sitting, the ground, everything, the way you swing your coil, everything. So just because I didn't get a 29, 30, 31 for that coin doesn't mean it doesn't make sense, because at the end of the day, these numbers are only a guideline. They're not a distinctive, you know, oh, that's got to be that. They can be other things. So a few more targets there. We'll dig them and we'll come back. A little bit confused about this one. I think it's going to be a big target. Big target, I think, 27, 28. It's a little bit of a sketchy, like not sketchy target, but it's like it's coming in good on the Equinox. Yeah, no, I didn't think it was going to be a coin. A little bit too big. Squeeze! Might help. Orange juice lid. It actually looks like it's been burnt in the fire. The glass is all melted in the back of it. The glass is all melted inside. So yeah, definitely in the fire pit, in the burn pit, and as I've mentioned in some of my videos previously, if you can take the time in working these burn pits and have the patience to work them, basically, I'll zoom out there you go, basically they can pay off. So we've already got, what, 4 or 5 coins for just gritting back and forth from this fence line here. So we've only did about 5 or 6 laps. Yes, we have found a bit of rubbish, but there's also been coins discarded within these burn pits too that we can pick up on while we're here. Okay, so we've got another hole open in front of us. I did not film this one to begin with, I'm sorry. It was bouncing around, honestly sounded like a bottle top. But we were rewarded with a 1938 1/2 Commonwealth penny. So, pretty crusty, not the greatest condition. However, you can see there, it was not very deep at all. It was only probably, what, an inch deep, bit over an inch deep. Just on the surface. And I'm sort of right in the gateway here, so I dare say the farmers coming in and out, wearing away this gravel track has brought it up to the surface basically, or worn the ground down to the coin I should say. So pretty cool, pretty bloody cool. 100-year-old coin sitting on the surface. So there we are, another beautiful coin. I did not film this one again. I just ran into a heap of those bloody, these things, stinging needles, and they're all up my arm. and they're making me itch like crazy, so I did not film this one, sorry. But we've got a 1944 Rupenny 3031 on the Equinox 800. Ring up nice and high, and it was not very deep at all. So nice surprise, because I'm just about to jump out of here and basically stop and have a break. And then what I'm going to do, where my car is at patrol, we're going to work around this other shed here, because I've just been informed that these silos that have been put in, there is more silos going in, and this whole area where my car is there and outside that fence line is going to be gravelled, covered in gravel. So I have done it before, I've done a fair bit of time in there. However, if it's going to be covered in gravel, I just want to go over there quickly and make sure I'm not missing out on anything, because if it gets buried, it gets covered, and I can't access it, I'll cry. It'll be one of those sites that I think, oh geez, you know, what was there, what was missed, you know, it'll never be accessible again, basically, in my lifetime probably. So good thing to get in there now and snap up anything that we've previously missed. So we're now jumping, we've jumped over the fence, we were just in there, now we've jumped over the fence to the area that I just mentioned is going to be getting gravelled. And look at that, look at the sunlight there so you can see. Helps if I turn the pinpointer on. Okay, so it's a little bit buried, but I reckon that's going to be a coin. Get the shovel. She's right in the centre there. I don't want to damage it if it is a coin. I'll just get underneath it and bring it up. Oh, that's a bit crazy. I was going to say, I'm thinking this is going to be a coin. Nothing special, but we got a 2 cent there. I thought it was going to be a coin, just the way it was ringing up, short, sharp signal, and not far from the surface. So 2 cent coin, 2 cent Australian coin. These were released in, I think they were 1986 they were released, or maybe a little bit, no sorry, I think the 1 and 2 cent coin were released from the decimal period changeover from 1966 onwards. I think they were released, and then the $1 and $2 coin came somewhat later in the 80s, 86 onwards I think it was, or 83, I can't exactly remember. So I could be wrong there, don't quote me on what I just said. However, yeah, the 1 and 2 cent coins did come first, so that could have very well been there from the 60s, 70s, or look, even 80s, and I think it was in the early 90s. I can just remember still using them as a kid myself to buy lollies, but I can remember in the early 90s I think the 1 and 2 cent coins were basically made obsolete. We had another signal here too. I think that's going to be a bit of rubbish. Very jumpy 2023. Got the shovel back here. There it is. It's part of an old gate. You can see the galvanised end on the end here, the screw thread end. And that would have went into the post. You can see on that gate there, that would have went into the post down the bottom, and it would have hung the gate into the rubbish bag. It was a big target though. It was 2023, jumping around quite a bit. So let's see what else we can find. Look at this guy just laying on the surface. Looks to me like an old horse buckle. And the other reason I noticed it, well, one, I had my eyes open, but two, We also got a target here. Targets everywhere around here. This is a nice high target though. Alright. We're still in the burn pile, just a big chunk of burnt alloy. Nothing special at all. Have a go at this one. Shire of Hampton, number 308, 808, 308, 1964. How cool is that? I'd say it would have been a dog tag, maybe a sheep tag. I couldn't imagine it was a sheep tag. I dare say that was probably a dog tag, mate, maybe. So we're back in here where it's all going to get gravelled very soon once the silos go in, and I'm so glad I did, because check this out. We have a Shire of Hampton number 308 1964 tag. So it wasn't very deep, as you can see there. Like literally not even an inch deep, and we've got a beautiful 1964 alloy tag. Like, I don't exactly know what this is off, whether it's a dog tag or a sheep tag. Number 308. I couldn't imagine he had 308 dogs out here, so I dare say that could be possibly a sheep tag, being on a sheep farm here. Very, very cool though. That would have been buried by all this gravel that's coming in here in the next few weeks. This would have been buried if I had not been here detecting today. So good thing to keep in mind. Hit those, prioritise your places. I could have spent longer in the paddock behind me. However, after finding out that this is going to be gravelled very soon, I jumped in here straight away because I don't want to miss out on anything such as this. And look, who knows what else is out there. I found the old outhouse, and I'm not going to go near it because, as you can see there, we've got a hive of bees. So with that, I'm going to get away from here because I don't like bees. Kaboom! Check out that for an explosion. Just jokes, it's a fire. Someone's doing a bit of burning off. I just turned around and I looked at it and went, whoa, what the hell is that? Anyway, enough of that. We are going to finish off. So I'm normally on a time schedule during the week. It's only weekends where I sort of get out and I can dig all day. So during the week I'm on a bit of a time schedule. So what we're going to do is we are going to go over the finds, give you a look quickly at what we've got for the day, what we've managed to unearth. And we'll start with the trash. I know this is not all that too exciting. I'll zoom in there. Right, so we ended up with about 30 odd nails. As I spoke earlier in the video, we were going to do a bit of an emu bob and a bit of a pickup for nails with the detector and the pinpointer. We managed about 30, so that is 30 potential less flat tyres that the farmer now has to worry about. So that's good bit of peace of mind for him and for myself. I don't mind doing these things. So anyway, we'll move forward. We're going to go and have a look at the coins now. So we'll start off. We had the Shire of Hampton 1964, possibly sheep tag, I believe, and that one was just found lastly, coming over this spot that's about to be re-gravelled. We've got the dollar, we've got a 50-cent coin, 10-cent coin, a few, what have we got, 4 2s, 2 1s. We've got the old 1 penny, Commonwealth 1 pennies. We've got the kangaroo penny, not in the greatest condition. And then we've got the 1944 roo penny again, beautiful condition. Really, really happy about that one. He was sitting pretty close to the surface. The 1938 1/2 penny. And then we have a couple of little silvers for the day. So little sixpence and a little 1917 threepence. So really, really happy to get them. And we've also got a few other miscellaneous items here. This is an old plate that would have been out of a clock. I'll zoom out a bit there. So basically, just to house all the cogs and the wheels and what have you, all the functions of a clock, basically. So that was all bolted onto the back of there, and that would have sat in the back of the clock, unseen, basically. So you find them a lot. You find them in different shapes, different sizes, right down to your really, really small ones. So just imagine it's probably a mantelpiece clock or something. Anyway, the old screwdriver handle, I'm not quite sure what this piece is. It's got some ornate design on there going on, nothing on the back, however, pretty cool. Bit of old glass I picked up for the mosaic tabletop we're going to make one day. A few old buckles I just found on the top of the surface, and the old horse buckle just laying there on the ground. Really cool. And another buckle. This is actually brass. It's seen a lot better days, so it's pretty manged, that one. So anyway, that's about it in a nutshell. I really hope you enjoyed. We are going to pack up and we're going to get out of here. And before we leave, we might speak to the owner and look at returning here later on this week, or a day that I've got a chance to in the very near future. Try and cover this area here before it all gets gravelled over. So anyway, we will get back here, and I really hope you enjoyed watching this morning's video, today's video, and please feel free to subscribe to my channel, as I'd love for you to follow my adventures in future, because look, we've got permissions everywhere. I'm getting them thrown at me. If not, basically I just approach people when I need, as I need, and I gain the next one. So there is plenty of permissions to hunt, plenty of places for me to go, and plenty of finds waiting out there to be unearthed. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Cheers guys, enjoy.